Hey, what's going on YouTube? So the Nintendo Switch has been out for just over a year now, and already we've seen some great exclusive games come to the Switch console. Some of those great games include Super Mario Odyssey, Splatoon 2, Breath of the Wild, I mean, there's always Bayonetta, there's always Mario Kart 8. Okay, so not all the games that have come to the Switch in the last year have been 100% exclusives. But hey, it's year 2 now, and I'm pumped because I think they're going to be creating some great new experiences for us, some fresh ideas, and it's going to be a great year.
Captain Toad Treasure Tracker is bound for Nintendo Switch. And this time, we've included a few Super Mario Odyssey levels too. Hyrule Warriors Definitive Edition launches May 18th only on Nintendo Switch. Donkey Kong Country Tropical Freeze surfs onto Nintendo Switch May 4th.
Why? Why are we doing this, Nintendo? Why? Okay, so I'm a little bit annoyed that they're constantly pushing Wii U ports to the Switch system. And in this video, I'm going to explain why that is. Let's get into it. Okay, so why am I annoyed that they're bringing out Wii U ports constantly? I mean, it's not like they're releasing bad games. Mario Kart 8 Deluxe is an amazing game, and it was great on the Wii U when it came out. The thing is, when the Switch launched, I was one of the only people who went out and put my money down for a Wii U, along with a bunch of Wii U exclusive games at the time. And I thought that was a great idea because the console seemed lost in time and everyone was trying to shuffle it under the rug. I thought it was going to become this great cult classic console and people were going to love it in about a year's time. It was going to be classic and it was going to have experiences you could only get on the Wii U. So I bought it. I bought it for $300 Australian, as well as a couple of games that came with it and the controller obviously, and another controller for the Pro Controller. And I took it home and I enjoyed it. I loved it. I played Breath of the Wild because obviously Breath of the Wild came out when the Switch launched and I was seeing everyone play it and I was hooked. I loved Breath of the Wild on the Wii U. And it was no less of a game on the Wii U. It's the exact same experience. Some people would say there's a few frame drops here and there in the Wii U. Personally, I don't care about that. I think it's still a great game. So I was having a blast. Fast forward to now, just over a year after the Switch has been out, and the Wii U library has been screwed by the launches of these ports to the Switch. Not only have the games now become accessible on the latest console from Nintendo, and they're now portable, but they're now also the inferior versions on the Wii U. I mean, just take Mario Kart 8 for example. It's now Mario Kart 8 Deluxe on the Switch, and it includes new battle maps, and it's got better graphics, and a better frame rate, and it's easier to play with people with the Joy-Cons. And it's portable. And now I'm sitting here with my Mario Kart 8 on Wii U, and it's just not the same feeling. I mean, I've tried playing Battle on the Wii U version, and because it uses the original racing tracks to battle people on, it doesn't work. You basically end up racing and trying to shoot people at the same time, which is what you end up doing in the racing mode anyway. So it's just really frustrating to me that now I own an inferior copy of Mario Kart 8 and I have to pay another $80 to get it as a deluxe version. So don't get me wrong when I'm saying these things. I still love Mario Kart 8 on the Wii U and I'm still happy that I bought it on the Wii U because I had a great time with it. So I'll eventually get around to buying Mario Kart 8 on the Switch when I can stomach the price of $80 for a game that I already own. Okay, so let's have a look at a different example of a Wii U port that's coming out later this year actually. So this is Captain Toad Treasure Tracker, and I bought this along with all my other Wii U games when I first got the console, and I played it non-stop for a week. It was great. My girlfriend loved it. It's just a great experience for anyone who isn't even a gamer. Even if you're not a gamer, you can get into this style of game, and it just shows how accessible Nintendo makes their games. So, great game. Would recommend you pick it up. If you don't already own it on the Wii U, obviously get it on the Switch because it's coming out with new Super Mario Odyssey levels and it's going to make this the inferior version of Captain Toad Treasure Tracker. Okay, so my last example is Hyrule Warriors, and that was announced to come out later this year in the latest Nintendo Direct. So this is going to be called the Definitive Edition, and it's going to include all of the previous DLC that was available on the Wii U game, as well as Switch-specific features. So not only are you getting the game you had before on the Wii U, you're getting all of the DLC that you might have purchased, and you're getting new features as well, including better graphics, better frame rate, and just a better experience. So that's a great idea, and it's one of the only ports that I'm not too frustrated about because I don't own that yet on the Wii U. That wasn't a game I picked up when I first got my Wii U, and obviously I'm not going to pick it up now because the Switch version's coming out, so why would I? So this isn't me just being salty because I feel like I made a poor decision buying a Wii U and I wasted some money. That's annoying in its own section of my thoughts. But the main problem here is I'm just annoyed that they're ruining the Wii U's library. The Wii U now will go down as being a pathetic choice for a console. There's no reason to pick that console up anymore in 2018, and going forward it's just going to get less and less worth. Somehow the price has still maintained a solid $250 to $300 from resellers, and I don't know how that is because the games are just not there. You can buy a Switch for $100 more and you'd have the same games, just better and portable. The Wii U could have gone down as a great console. The only problem is, now that they're trying to release all the Wii U games on the Switch, it's no longer worth the money it costs. And it's sad, because the Wii U had some great experiences that I really enjoyed experiencing. Here's an example for you of how unique the Wii U could be with the games that it came out with. Splatoon 1. This is also Splatoon 2, I guess, on the Switch, but some would say it's 1.5 of Splatoon 1, because all they really did was add Salmon Run, improve the graphics, and give you a new story. And obviously there's some new weapons in there too, but at the end of the day, it's Splatoon 1.5. Let's be honest here. On the Wii U version of Splatoon, you could play a little arcade minigame in between waiting for matches while you were sitting in the lobby. And it was really cool. It was this cool little game where you play as a squid and you have to keep jumping up these ledges and it gets harder and harder, and you're trying to dodge the water that is rising beneath you, or the ink that's rising beneath you. And it was just a fun little time killer to keep you engaged while you were waiting for the next match to start. And it's sad to say, this is actually something I miss out of Splatoon 1 when playing Splatoon 2. Obviously you have no second screen, so you can't play the arcade game, and sometimes those waiting queues get strangely long. I'm not sure if they have some sort of a search error going on, but sometimes you can just sit in the lobby for literally 2 minutes and not get anyone come in. So I'm forced to just play on my iPhone at that point, or just go get a coffee. The other thing that was really cool is, on Splatoon and on the Wii U, you could look down at the Wii U controller while you were playing at any point in time and you would see a top-down view of the map. So this is really helpful in Turf War, that you can see if someone is painting your spawn, because sometimes they get behind enemy lines and they start painting where you can't see, and you could be losing without even knowing it. But on the Wii U version, you could just look down and see instantly someone is painting my spawn and jump back and kill them. You could also use the Wii U gamepad to super jump to your teammates once you've spawned, or at any point during the game. So that was really handy. You didn't have to go into a menu, you didn't have to select it. It was just cool. It just felt cooler. It still works fine on the Switch version of Splatoon 2. You can still super jump from your spawn pretty easily, but it's just cool on a gamepad. I don't know. Okay, so I can safely say that after we've discussed all that, the Wii U isn't worth the money it costs. And if you buy the Wii U in 2018, unless you're some sort of a collector who really loves Nintendo products, there's just no worth to buying it anymore. The Switch costs $100 more and you can get way more experiences on the Switch, plus all the experiences on the Wii U, so there's not really much benefit to getting a Wii U now. Some of the only exceptions to buying a Wii U now, if you're not a collector, would be some of the experiences you can only get on the Wii U. And that is very thin of a list now because they are still releasing things on the Switch, and this list could get smaller because they seem to have that in their mind, that they just continuously want to release new Wii U ports or more Wii U ports. But nevertheless, I'm going to go over a few games you can only get on the Wii U now and why they're cool. The first one on the list is Super Mario Maker. This game's great. It's on the Wii U, it's also on the 3DS, The Wii U version is better. 3DS, obviously it's portable, but it's lacking the features of actually playing other people's levels, which is a really strange thing to do. You can only make them for yourself. I don't know why you'd want to do that. Like, half the fun is making people play your levels. But nevertheless, Super Mario Maker is a great game. You can make your own classic Mario levels, you can make your own insane contraptions, you can just make random things where the level completes itself for the player, which I don't like because it's not very fun to play those kind of levels, but it's really cool to see what people can make. And it's just a great experience. The Wii U gamepad is so easy to make a level with. You use the stylus and you can literally just draw land and draw things, and it's great. So this game is a must buy if you own a Wii U. And if you want to buy a Wii U for this game, I don't think it's worth it just for this game. But this is a really good game, so you should have this game if you have a Wii U. Super Mario 3D Land is the next on the list, and this is a great game as well. It's not my favourite Super Mario game, to be honest. Playing it solo especially is not as enjoyable as you'd expect for a Mario game. It's still a great game, and if you get 3 other people together with you and play this 4-player cooperative, and especially if you're getting a little bit drunk at the time as well, this is a hilarious game and so much fun. It's just amazing, bouncing on people's heads, fighting each other to the finish line, seeing you can get on top of the pole first, and then getting super salty when someone gets a catsuit and just runs up the pole. It's a great experience, and it's pretty long too. It's a long game. I thought it was only going to be about 4 to 5 worlds, and there's like 6 or 7 worlds. There's so many worlds in this game. It's great. It's not particularly hard, which is a shame, but I think it's best played when you have 3 other mates, and if you do, and you own a Wii U, then you need to own Super Mario 3D World. Okay, so Zombie U is next, and this game I like. Not many people do like this game though. It's a bit of a flop if you think about, marketing and sales wise, but it's a really cool experience, and you can only get this on the Wii U, which is the whole reason I'm making this video. So basically, you have to play this sort of single-player survival storyline, and it's really quite cool because it's difficult and it's challenging, and it involves a lot of second screen usage to create sort of tension. And it's a really hard game, but it's really cool when you die because you become a zombie, and then you start as a new survivor and you have to find and kill your previous self to get the loot that you had. So I love this game, and the other benefit of it is there's really cool multiplayer modes where one player plays as a survivor and the other player plays as sort of a top-down strategy game where they're dropping zombies on the map, and it's a really fun experience. I will say though, the frame rate does chug when you have multiple players playing, and that's a shame. I really wish it did perform better. Pretty much everyone of my friends who's played this with me instantly comments on the fact that it's like 20 frames sometimes when you're playing multiplayer, which is a shame. But at the end of the day, they still walk away having a great time, and they're like, that was a really cool experience. Wish I owned a Wii U. Well, you can. If you have this game, it's gonna be fun. Okay, so my last choice for a game that is only on the Wii U, and it's pretty cool, is Super Mario Bros. U. So it's basically a Super Mario game. It's 2D, it's side-scrolling, it's fun. This version in particular, I actually have the Luigi U as well as an add-on. So you can play as Luigi after you finish playing as Mario, and he has different physics, and it's a little bit harder with Luigi, and it's a really challenging game. But if you love Mario games, it's a no-brainer because it's a Mario game. It's straight up a classic Mario game, with some cool new power-ups and stuff along there as well. But this is a good game. I wouldn't say it's a must-buy if you own a Wii U, but it is an experience that you can only have on the Wii U, so there's a plus. There's 3 little add-ons here that are just little last-minute picks, and I wouldn't say that 2 of these are particularly good games. One of them is a great game, but I'll add on to why it shouldn't be the main feature of this part of the video. But the first 2 are Wii Sports Club and Nintendo Land. So these are only games you can get on the Wii U, and they're not great games, but they are only on the Wii U. Nintendo Land is definitely better than Sports Club. Sports Club is cool, but it feels like Wii Sports with the gamepad, and yeah, I don't know. I bought it for like $8, so it got me about $8 worth of fun, I'll tell you that much. And Nintendo Land, that's kind of cool. There's some cool little mini games in there. Once again, if you have a group of mates over and you're all kind of drunk, this is going to be a blast. And there's some cool little tag games where you have to sort of play as Mario or Toad, and you have to catch somebody else, and it's really tense. And there's cool little features where it'll like activate the front-facing camera on your game controller, your gamepad, and it'll like show the face of the other guy running away. Classic experience, always makes people laugh, and pretty good. You can get this for like $10. So, I mean, if you own a Wii U, it's kind of a no-brainer. $10 is nothing, and you'll get $10 worth of fun out of Nintendo Land. So, last minute picks. Okay, last pick, final pick is Super Smash Bros. Wii U, and this is a no-brainer. Super Smash Bros. Is amazing. The Wii U version is great. It's also on the 3DS, and it's basically the exact same game, just lower resolution. So if you own a 3DS, I suppose you could just get it on that, but this is the Wii U version, and obviously it's on a bigger screen, and it's better resolution, and it's better. So, I don't know what to say with this in terms of how good it is. It's a Super Smash Bros. Game. If you haven't played a Super Smash Bros. Game, what are you doing with your life? Get a Super Smash Bros. Game and get a bunch of friends over and just smash the shit out of each other. It's amazing. So, yeah, I can't recommend this one enough. They have just announced in the latest Nintendo Direct that the new Super Smash Bros. Is coming out for Switch, and there was a lot of talk about being a port, and holy moly, if it is a port, I will be furious, because just no. I mean, it'd be the least annoying port because this game is great, and on Switch it'll be great too, but can they not just create a new experience? Like, come on. So annoying, Nintendo. Alright guys, so that's it for my discussion on the Wii U ports. Obviously I've explained that I don't enjoy the ports that come into the console. I'll probably still buy the ports eventually when I get around to stomaching the price tag for a game I already own. But at this point in time, just wanted to voice my opinion on the saltiness that I bought a Wii U at the time of the Switch launch, and that they have ports coming all the time. So anyway, let me know in the comments down below what you guys think of these ports, and I'll catch you in the next video. See you later guys.